the Livingston event is cancelled. And the reason, well, I say cancelled, I'm not sure cancelled is actually the right word. There's, nobody bought a ticket. We sold 0 tickets. Not a single one. So when I say cancelled, I'm not sure if that's the right word. It's just the event failed. Like, big time. Like, if my intention with the event was to make it as big a failure possible, I'm not sure how I would have topped this. And the reason why I'm making this video is mainly just out of honesty and transparency. I've got this big thing this year. I just want to try and be as honest and transparent as possible. I just think there's so much value in just being honest and just being really transparent about how things are going. And I think that, like, so much of life and so much of social media especially is highlight reel. Like, when everybody's got the new job, or they've got married, or they get engaged, or they have a baby, or all these amazing life things, and that's what social media is filled with. And you didn't really get many people talking about failure and things that don't go well. And trying to put on an event, putting yourself out there to almost pretty much everybody who knows you and everybody you know, saying, I'm going to be here on this night speaking, who wants to come along? And not a single person saying, I want to come and see you, Josh. That's a failure. Like, that is a massive failure. And I just want to talk about it. I just really want to talk about it. The thing that I want to talk about the most, aside from the honesty and the transparency, and another wee bit on that, is I didn't have to make this video. Like, I didn't have to tell a single person about this. I could have just made it seem like the event went well, or made it seem like I could have just never mentioned it again, and people just thought that we ran the event and it went well. But I thought, do you know what? See if I come out and say that we sold no tickets and it failed massively. I thought, that's actually really valuable. Like, that's me being really vulnerable. Like, that event failed big time. And for me personally, like, I've dealt with it really well, which I will get into later in this video. But, like, I really put myself out there with this one. I was like, here I am, like, it's an event just about me sharing my story, things I've learned, like, who wants to come along? And nobody wanted to come along. And maybe people did, but there was just different factors. But the fact is that nobody wanted to come, in the sense that nobody expressed an interest to come. So, like, that is what it is. And I just felt there was so much value in talking about that. And just because I want people to know that things you try in life are going to fail. Like, over the years, so many things that I've tried have failed. Like, relationships and businesses and challenges and events. I can add events to that list now. And again, I just wanted to speak about that. And I really just wanted to put it out there. As I said, I didn't have to mention it, but I just thought it would be really honest and really vulnerable to put myself out there and say, look, tried to put on this event, nobody wanted to come, and here's what I've learned. And life isn't always going to go the way you want it to go. The funny thing is, and the main point, which I've taken ages to get into in this video, is the way I've dealt with this has been, I've felt quite proud about that, actually. So my first reaction when I put the event live on, like, Friday afternoon, checked it like 24 hours later, and I thought, I'll see how many tickets I've sold. To be honest, I had no expectations. I've got this thing this year where I'm not having expectations. I've got no attachment to the outcomes of what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to create, I'm just going to put myself out there, I'm just going to try and make things, I'm just going to try and speak, I'm just going to write, I'm going to make videos, I'm going to have no attachment to how many likes the things get, how many tickets we sell, how many people want to engage with me. I'm just going to create things. My job is just to create and put myself out there. And that's what I done. But then I checked it and it was like, there was no tickets sold, and I was like, that's a bit weird. Like, the dream was 200. I thought, I want to get 200 people in a room. Like, I want to have a big event. I want to go and give the fucking performance of my life. And I want to give it back to people who've actually been following my story and who actually know me. Like, it's not just an event, or it's not just speaking at a conference where nobody knows me. I want to go and speak to people who've actually been there and been supporting me. And so I thought, I'm going to get 200 people in a room. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do this big event. And then there was none. I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't expect anything. I didn't know. I wouldn't have been surprised with 200. I really wouldn't have. I also wouldn't have been surprised with 10. But I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting 0. I wasn't. But my first reaction when I seen 0 ticket sales was I just laughed. I genuinely just laughed. I just, like that. I just burst out laughing. I went, that's brilliant. I thought, that is brilliant, because it feeds into a big thing that I've been talking about this year, is this whole thing about the superhuman mindset and that nothing can go wrong. Like, nothing can go wrong in my life, because things either go well and I get the desired outcome that I wanted, or they don't go well and I just learn. And the funny thing about this is, I actually think that selling no tickets was the best possible thing that could have happened here, because I've just learned so much about it myself and the whole process. It's taught me so much. I think the most important thing it's taught me, and it's not really something it's taught me, it just made me realise, is just how resilient I've become. Like, if I have to try and put on an event 2 years ago and nobody signed up, I'd be like depressed for like 3 or 4 days. I'd be like so scunner, I'd be like moaning, I'd be complaining, but like I just laughed and I was like, wow. I was like, that's amazing. Like, that's amazing. Like it failed. The event failed big time, and there's nothing I can do about it. And it's just full acceptance, complete acceptance to what happened. And following on for that, it's taught me a lot about, like, maybe people don't want to consume me in that way. And it's made me think about that, because this was just meant to be the first of many. Like, I really wanted to make an event. Like, this was the first one, and it was going to be in Livingston, then in Edinburgh, then in Glasgow, maybe one up in Inverness, and maybe one in London, Manchester. I wanted to take this out, like a wee speaking tour, just sharing that story, because for all the people who've been following for different parts of the country, I thought that'd be cool. But if I can't get even one ticket sale in Livingston, which is where I'm from, where I know most people, I'm not sure about any other cities, so I've sacked the whole thing for now. So short term, I'm not going to be doing that, but bigger picture, nothing really changes. Like, the plan doesn't change, the purpose doesn't change, the mission doesn't change, the goals don't change. Nothing really changes in the big picture. The only thing that's happened here is that I've just learned so much about myself, and I've learned how resilient I am. I've learned that maybe people just want to watch videos, because a lot of people do like the videos. I got a lot of engagement, I got a lot of messages, I got a lot of comments. So maybe that's the way people want to consume me. Maybe people don't want to come and consume me in person. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not going to make any firm conclusions on that and just say, right, nobody wants to come and see me because nobody bought a ticket. I'm not going to make that conclusion. And so it is what it is. Full acceptance, resilience, learn so much, and we just keep going. Like, we just keep going. This is what I do for a living. One of the things I do is I get punched in the face. Like, I have setbacks, I have knockbacks, I get rejections, and I just keep going. Like, I will just keep going. Tomorrow I'll wake up and I will just continue doing what I'm doing, and I will just learn so much. It's the only bad thing. There's no bad things about this. The only bad thing would be if I stop trying. Like, see, the day when I stop being creative, the day when I stop putting myself out there, the day when I stop trying to run events, the day when I stop making videos, the days when I stop trying to have impact, that's the day when I'll be scared. Because the day I stop that is the day when I stop being me. I'm going to always put myself out there. I'm always going to try my best. I'm always going to try to have impact and do things I care about. I'm always going to try and do something meaningful with my life. And sometimes you're going to have setbacks in the sense that you try something, it doesn't work. But in the bigger picture, we only learn and grow. We only learn and grow. And I've learned and grown so much as a result of this. So I'm sure there will be other events in the future. And final thing I'd like to add in this, and I know this video's gone on really long, I'm not really expecting anybody to watch it, but I'm just putting it out there in case anybody does want to watch it. I'm just trying to share more of me and more of my journey and be more authentic and just continue sharing my journey as well as other stuff. The one thing I will say is that I am very romantic. I'm a very romantic human being. Not just with girls, I mean like romantic about life. I love a story. I love an underdog story. And I think mine's is an underdog story. And when I think about where I want to go in life, the things I want to do, the things I want to create, the impact that I want to have, I think the fact that in 2018 I tried to put on an event and nobody wanted to come, I think that'll be a funny story in the future. I think that'll be a really funny story. And that's the bit that drives me. Like, that's one of the things that drives me. Like, the fact that, I'm not sure when it'll be, but maybe it's 2 years. It could be as soon as a year. Definitely, I've got a book coming out at the end of this year, so there'll be a book tour for that. So it could be as early as a year, maybe even like 2 or 3, whenever it's going to be, right? There's going to come a time when I'm standing on a stage in front of 5 or 10,000 people, like a really big audience, and the book will be really successful. I've done really well, and I'm going to tell the story how in 2018 I tried to run an event and nobody came, and that will be funny. And we'll be able to show this video, we'll be able to show the details of the event, and yeah, we never give up. We just always keep going.